Everyone loves pizza, probably, but it's really hard to make good pizza at home. So today I'm going to try to teach you to make it. Personally, I'm using pizza flour, so it has all the ingredients needed for pizza dough already in it. You can also find some very good recipes for pizza dough online. I'll include one in the description if you want to use it. To start out, we need 330 grams of our pizza flour and 200 milliliters of water. We're going to combine those in a bowl, using our hands to stir them into a ball, continuing to knead. After we've kneaded our dough and it forms into a ball, we want to pour about 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil and knead it into the dough. Once the dough has become kneaded enough to where, when stretched, we can see light through the dough without breaking it, we want to place the ball into a well-oiled bowl, cover, and let rise for about 2 to 4 hours. I'm going to let the sped up kneading continue for a bit because I think it looks cool. Now it's time for our sauce. For this, we need a can of tomatoes, 2 cloves of garlic, oregano, or Italian seasoning, salt, and pepper, plus a little bit of olive oil. Ideally, you want some tomato paste as well to amp up the tomato flavor, but in this case, I didn't have any. First, we chop our cloves of garlic. It doesn't really matter how we chop them, they're just getting blended anyway. Next, we're going to pour in our tomatoes into the blender with our garlic and sprinkle in some of our oregano. Blend this in salt and pepper to taste. Add some olive oil if you'd like. That's all for our dough and sauce. Now it comes to putting our ingredients together to make the pizzas. Firstly, we're going to place our pizza stone or steel into the oven at the highest temperature. If you don't have a pizza stone or steel, it's fine, just preheat your oven as hot as it can go and put your pizza on a baking sheet and bake it that way. It won't turn as crispy on the bottom, but it's still a delicious pizza. Next, we're going to flour our work surface, making sure to cover it all in a light coat. Then we're going to divide our dough into 2 separate pieces. We need to turn our dough into a ball, tucking the bottom into itself. Next, we're going to roll our dough ball out. You can use the throwing or draping pizza technique, but I'm too lazy to do those and rolling works just fine. Now that our dough is on the table, we're just going to pour some of our sauce onto it and use a spoon to spread it relatively evenly out. Next, we're going to pour our mozzarella cheese onto the dough. It's better to use fresh mozzarella or at least not the pre-shredded stuff like I'm using. I personally place salami on top of mine, but your toppings are entirely up to you. Now that we've done this, we're placing our pizza into the oven on top of our pizza stone or steel using a flat surface and a lot of cornmeal or flour to shimmy the pizza onto our cooking surface. We want to let it cook until the top of our crust starts to turn brown. Now we're going to pull our pizza out. Mine had a little piece of cheese stuck to the bottom, so that's why I struggled to get it off. And we're done, that's all. Here's some final shots of the finished pizza.